What's it like to come back after just spring practice after coming so close to winning the national championship?
It was something that we talked about before. Just it was obviously kind of an elephant in the room, but we're just learning how to get that one game better. We were one game away, and so we're just really focusing on nailing down the fundamentals, and so we can get just one game better this year.
Is there much of a transition after you get down at the beach to get back to that solid hardwood floor again?
A little bit, yeah. They do a good job of easing us in, especially with the new freshmen. We go over all of our drills, all of that, so they're good about that. But we had a week off of just lift, and then we got back into indoor, so it's been fun.
Coach called the freshmen the MVPs of beach. Do you agree with that? And what has it been like to see them in the shoes that you were in last year?
Yeah, I think they've been doing an amazing job. They've been thrown into a lot of situations. I think last year with us, there was 6 new people, and so we took it really slow. And this year there's just 2, so they just were kind of thrown in. So they've been doing really well with that. And yeah, they've been holding down their own. It's really fun to see them grow literally every single day, and I'm just so proud of them.
How have you personally grown in your game here in year 2 at Nebraska?
I think I got all of those freshman jitters out of the way, just kind of being scared of being a freshman, and so now it's just like I'm nailing down my offense, and I'm just running kind of what I want to run, and so that's really what we've been working on this spring is just kind of getting the offense that we want.
What has impressed you most of Skylar and Olivia on the court?
I think just their composure. As freshmen, it can be easy to kind of spiral and get really freaked out because you're at the best college program in the country, and one of them, I guess. But they are just so composed every single day, and they really don't look like freshmen out there.
What was your reaction to being named part of the squad for the national under-21 team this summer?
Yeah, I was really excited. It'll be really fun to get back in the USA gym, especially with so many Nebraska girls. It'll be fun to play with the younger ones too that haven't gotten here yet, so I'm really excited to just get back to playing for USA.
Like a third of the pool between players, coaches, commits are Huskers. What's that like having so many of you there for that?
Yeah, that's kind of how it's been every time I've been at USA, so we're getting used to it, but it's really cool. It just shows how well the coaches do at recruiting and just how many people want to come and be a part of Nebraska.
How do you benefit from experiences like that, playing international competition?
I think it just shows you another side of the game. International is a whole different volleyball game, and we kind of are trying to do that in our gym and learn that, but it's different to just go and play it. And so you have to grow really fast in the USA gym because there are so many people that are so good, and so it really pushes you and challenges you, but it ends up working out.
I was still training with you. Coach talked about there are some programs that when players go in the portal, they kind of shut it down for them. What's kind of the impact, or what do you guys see as players knowing that like your coaches are still very supportive of Allie and players like that even though they're leaving?
I think it really shows who they are as coaches and as people. Like, once you're on the Nebraska team, you're part of Nebraska forever. And even though she is going to USC, she was still a Husker for 3 years. And so they're not just going to kind of push her out the door and forget about her. So I think that that's really cool, and that's one of the reasons Nebraska is so special is we always talk about our culture, and that's showing in this situation.
Bergen, you called it kind of the elephant in the room, how last season ended. How do you try to approach that? Is it like you just try to forget it as best you can? Is it extra motivation? Have you seen that from both yourself and your teammates so far?
Yeah, I definitely think it's fuel to the fire, how last year ended, but it's also kind of a balance of using it to get better, but also forgetting about it because we know we didn't play our best, and so there's not really much we can learn from that game other than just move on and get one game better this year. So yeah, I definitely think it's lighting a spark for our team, and it's making us work just a little bit harder every single day to get that one more game.
Tickets in the spring match sold in minutes in Kearney, the first round of those tickets. Just tell me about your excitement going into that and just what that means to you as a player.
Yeah, it'll be so fun. I had a blast at last year's spring game, and this year's going to be twice the size, so I think it'll be really fun just showing Husker Nation the new team and, yeah, just getting a first little look at us.
Women's athletics across the country has been breaking all kinds of records. What does that mean to you as a women's athlete?
I think it's so cool just to be part of it, but also to see the younger girls get to experience that too, because I know when I was growing up there wasn't all of this hype around women's sports, and so knowing that they get to watch that every single day and just get excited to hopefully grow up and be part of it too is just so awesome. And I don't know, I'm excited to go home and watch the women's games tonight, so I think that that's something that's changed in the last couple of years.
Who you got in the national championship?
Oh goodness. I think South Carolina is tough to beat.
Back in the women's sports, the Supernovas and women's pro volleyball, what's that like now that there's, not just going international, you can stay, in the U.S. now, have something after Oscars?
Yeah, I think that's huge for volleyball, and just not having to pick up your entire life in your 20s and go overseas. Now you can actually stay in the U.S., and I think that that'll help grow pro volleyball a lot, and especially just there's 2 leagues now, and so I think we'll get a lot of big names even from international places, and so I think it'll end up being really successful, and I'm personally really happy about it.
Final questions? No? Great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bergen.